Hey, have you been swimming in a pool and you're like, oh, I really want to be able to go out into the open water, the lake, the ocean, maybe a river, a pond. There's some sort of open water that you're curious about. But you're like, how do I go from my nice contained pool to the big open water? That's what we're going to jump into today. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to make the open water feel as great as a swimming pool. All right, let's splash on in. This is all about taking what we have from the pool out to open water. So the first thing is, I said, take as great as you feel in the pool into the open water. So that's the first thing I want you to note. When you go to the pool, I want you to really start with paying attention to, how do I feel great in the pool? We have to bring our presence to how we feel right now. Let yourself spend some time of being really curious about it. Now, you might be thinking, I feel great because I can see the bottom, because it's shallow, because whatever, fill in the blank. So if you have anything that is a because, I feel great because, when you go to the open water, you're going to want to see how much of that can I take with me. Now, some open water you can see through, and some open water you can't see through, or you can't see very far through. Some open water is shallow, some open water is deep, right? Take a look, what are the things that you say, I'm calm and confident and feel good in the pool because ... One of the primary ... is the swimming pool is a very contained environment. It is a very known quantity. So when you go to the open water, most of the time people, we love to look out over the horizon, right? The horizon of the water. We like to look out over it. And so we sort of visualize, oh my gosh, the container is so big. First, know that it's still a container. It just might be, a container from Hawaii to Japan. It's a big container, but it's still a container of some sort. But when you go to put yourself into the container, you want to make a container that's the right size for you, that you can practice feeling comfortable and confident and at ease. Don't see yourself out in the middle. Start with, most likely you're going to open water, there's a shore, or maybe you're going from a boat. So there's a boat. Hold on to the boat. You don't need to go out, way out. You have to start with a nice container. It's probably, if you have been swimming in a pool, that you didn't start out swimming in the whole thing. You started out in an area of the pool, and then you expanded into other areas of the pool as you expanded from within with your confidence. That's what you want to see for the open water as well. Start at a lifeguarded beach that maybe has a roped off section to show where the shallow and where the deep end is, where it's open water has unknown drop-offs. So you want to be able to know. Start off with maybe walking around in the area gently and to see, okay, are there any drop-offs? Let me slowly take in the area and walk around and find out, okay, I have this area right here that's all shallow. All right, so I can cut that area in half and just use that area. So if I drift out of my half, I'm still fine. I still know where I'm at. Now, even if you can swim in lots of other big places in a pool, you want to set this container because there's going to be some other variables that are different in the open water that you can't control for, like how clear it is, like the temperature, like plants or animals. You want to set a container so it's so simple, so easy that you can give yourself a chance to take in the information about having less clarity, about being in a different temperature of water, about being with animals and plants and being able to come back to calm when maybe you brush up against one of them. Where I swim, we have what's called milfoil. And in the summer, when there's lots of sun, it's growing up. And so when we swim, it touches us. And our brains can go a little haywire. I don't want to touch it. But being in the practice of saying, okay, it's just a thought that I don't want to touch it. Is it actually a problem though? Is it actually hurting me? Am I hurting it? Now, there could be some things, if you're with us in Hawaii, there are definitely some things that we don't want to touch because mostly we can hurt it. We don't want our oils and things like that getting onto the coral and rocks and things like that. And there are a few things that wouldn't feel good if we touch them. So it's understanding that environment and that place. But set a container for yourself where you can test all of the things that are different in the open water than there are in the pool. The other thing that the biggie that people have is that open water moves. And so there's the concern of you moving and not being able to be more powerful than the movement. And this is true. Even if you're an extremely good swimmer, there's a certain amount of current and movement that we're just not going to overpower. It just doesn't work that way. We don't want to pretend like it's going to work that way. We don't want to try and make it that way. We always want to work with the water. So stepping back and observing and understanding where that current is going and what's happening with the current. Some places, maybe you're not going to get in yet. You're going to test out where there's less current, where there's a protected bay. When we take people to Hawaii and we're doing play in the waves, we're looking for beaches that they have waves, but they also have some sort of break. So where the current is taking us up and down the beach, not out. So you're looking for these kinds of things to set your container where you can test one thing at a time, one thing at a time. What gets in the way of people every time is thinking, I should do this. I should look like that. No. It's coming in, feeling, I know what I can do, and I can experiment and test within a container. Have fun at the container of the open water. Test some things out. Find a nice little spot that's as similar to a pool situation as it possibly can be, so you can play with things that are new and different. So you can have time for your brain to settle in and say, new and different doesn't necessarily mean dangerous and bad. Have fun with it. Click to subscribe. Grab your freebie. I'll see you in Hawaii. Aloha.